But first, let's speak to our reporter, Mark Kielesz-Levine, who is outside the Royal Derby Hospital for us. And Mark, it's been a bit of a historic day, hasn't it?
It has, historic, momentous, and a few different words in between. A day that many will have been looking forward to for much of this year. And as you say, I'm outside of the Royal Derby Hospital, one of 50 hubs across the country that are dealing with this first wave of vaccinations, giving them out to those over 80 and some healthcare workers. It's fair to say this first day has been met with relief, excitement, but also some caution. And just a word of note, this report does contain some flash photography. It's being called V-Day, a time when we witness the beginning of the end of the pandemic. At the Royal Derby Hospital, history was being made today. 89-year-old Joan Brown received the vaccine and in doing so became amongst the first in the world to get the Pfizer BioNtech jab outside of a clinical trial.
It might make a difference. I shouldn't be so worried about it. My daughter keeps telling me to be careful, I should be all right. I'll manage.
6 NHS trusts in the region are involved in this initial programme, with the vaccines being given out across the area and the country to some of those over 80 and health workers. But the Midlands became the focus of the whole of the UK, and dare we say, the world, when at 6:30 this morning in Coventry, 90-year-old Margaret Keenan became the very first to get the jab. Pictures that will no doubt go down in history.
As I just said before, at the moment I don't know how I feel. It's just so strange and so wonderful, really.
Whilst in practical terms there is a long way to go, those on the front line can finally see that light at the end of the tunnel.
It feels like a turning point, not just for the UK but for the world. First patient to be vaccinated as part of our route out of coronavirus. It won't happen tomorrow, it won't happen next week, it won't happen next month. But in the months ahead, we will start to get back to normality.
That could mean that the months ahead will still be difficult, but the news today was largely welcomed, although some continue to have concerns.
Hasn't been tested for a prolonged time to actually gauge what the effects are. So, me personally, I refuse. I suppose it's my body and my choice.
I thought to myself, the quicker we get it, the better. I'm 81, so I'm ready.
Brilliant. I can't wait for it to all be over.
I feel really grateful for the people that have really worked hard to achieve this end.
It is a good idea, and if it will help people, well, yes, why not?
The majority of us will have to wait until well into next year to get a vaccine, but moments like this give hope that it's now a question of when, not if, normal life will resume once more.
So a bit of light at the end of the tunnel and the mass vaccination got underway. How many people actually got the vaccine in Derby today, Mark?
Well, it might not seem like a lot, but we're hearing that 64 people got that initial vaccination today. That gives you some idea of the scale and the task ahead. As I said in my report, it'll be many months before the majority of us do get this vaccination. But at the very least, the good news, it started not just across the East Midlands, but across the country today.
Mark, thank you very much.